I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 274 of the SZN Podcast. I'm your boy Cam.
I'm your boy Flows.
And as always, guys, you know where to find us. Before we kick off the episode, I want you to head over to our Instagram page and our Twitter page. That's SZN Podcast and SZN Pod. Link in the bio on both of those pages, and I'll take it to where we're situated at stream-wise. So, it's like audio, you've got the Spotify, podcast links, etc. Visuals, YouTube, the channel link is there as well. And then we've also got the TikTok and, other stuff as well. More stuff to come as well, please. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave us a good review, retweet, repost, do whatever. But engage with us, man. We really appreciate it. Flows. How you doing, pal?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, long time no see.
Yeah.
Okay, yesterday, we linked up yesterday to obviously take in, just like we did for the first fight, take in Eubank versus Benn II. The full, we actually tuned in from the very start, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not because we were super excited on the card, it was just because there was nothing to do on a Saturday evening.
Yeah.
Flows. I don't know how you want to approach this. Do you want to go straight into the main event? Because I know I know both of us have got a lot to say. Or should we just quickly build them up?
Yeah, let's build them up. Let's build them up.
See, I also want to do the same thing.
Yeah, let's
cool.
start from the undercard.
I think the only undercard fight, there was two probably what we cared about, to be honest. Three fights actually. Let's start with Richard Riakporhe, one of your favourite fighters, as you know. The Midnight Train was up against Tommy Welch.
Yeah.
I can't remember if this is it's his second fight up at heavyweight.
I think it's his debut.
Oh, it's his debut at heavyweight.
It's his debut at heavyweight.
We know he was going to fight Okoli, which obviously was a fight we've wanted for years, and that fell through because Okoli got injured.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure there was a replacement. I don't think there was a replacement, so it might be his debut at heavyweight. But yeah, man, Welch himself as well, we knew nothing about. But they were quick to, give him, I think, lofty praise about him. He was undefeated, I believe.
Yeah. Also
a knockout artist, etc. But I think just off the strength of the fact that we didn't know him and we know Richard, we kind of knew how it was going to go. And before the fight came, I said it's not going to be a pretty fight, most likely, because Richard Riakporhe isn't really in pretty fights.
Yeah.
But Riakporhe, one thing we know about him is his power. He's got crazy power, and when he lands properly, you probably get him out of there. The fight started quite interesting actually, because Welch was haymakering from round one.
Yeah.
From the first bell, he became haymakering.
Yeah.
And we're thinking, And Richard wasn't really throwing much, I don't think, initially. Which again, we've seen this before. He doesn't really throw that. He's not really a volume puncher, Riakporhe. But I was thinking, just wait till he lands. And when he will land, and Flows, that's exactly what happened. It wasn't clean. It wasn't pretty. I think he threw one looping shot that didn't even look like it landed properly. If it landed almost like the side, back of head kind of thing, as Welch was dipping. And I know obviously we see him drop. And I said, it's going to be wrapped soon.
He actually threw the same shot twice. He threw it, missed, and threw it again. Overhand looping.
And that overhand looping for us, doesn't look great, does it? In terms of technique, it looks, But we know when you're powerful enough, Deontay Wilder, you don't have to throw punches correctly. If it lands, and it will do damage. When he dropped him, I said, it's about to be wrapped. He got up, and I think he's got him again. And he's got caught again, hasn't he, Flows? I think, from what I remember. And the referee jumped in, I think, right? Was it? Or the referee jumped in? No, he didn't beat the count.
Yeah.
Well, he might have beat the count, but then the referee was just like, or something. But ultimately, I think he got dropped the second time, and then afterwards, that's when the referee might have come in. Flows. What are your thoughts on that one, man? We really learned nothing new about Riakporhe, right? The same old, kind of, in a way.
Yeah, look. Riakporhe ain't even young, to be honest.
36, 35, 36, right?
There's only one or two fights we really want to see him in. Look, they were giving him a lot of praise, and he was like, ultimately it comes down to Riakporhe's power. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And he has that in abundance. So, the shot even locked Welch out the ring. Almost.
Yeah.
So, that's testament. And he didn't land too cleanly. It's testament to his power. I wanted him to say some names.
Yes.
After the post-fight interview.
It's not even,
They asked him, who do you want? You're at heavyweight now. There's a lot of names there.
Twice even.
They say the names, and he refused to. But look, there's only one name we want to see.
There's one name we want to see Riakporhe against. It's something that we've been waiting for from cruiserweight days, from when they, even before when I think they've squared up in one place in the gym maybe, and then afterwards we've seen later on they're brawling on the red carpet in the cinema, prize fighters. Probably one of the funniest moments in boxing for us. I swear, we were dying when we saw this previous. How would they ask you a question? If you see Lawrence any issue, we're prize fighters, we'll do that.
I keep professional.
I think you're tussling.
A few moments later.
Look, Cody and Riakporhe is something we've been waiting for a long time. We like leader, we like legit beef, and those two have legit beef. And for some reason, it just hasn't gone. At cruiserweight, it didn't happen. We thought we'd get at heavyweight, it still hasn't happened. We know, I think everyone, maybe not everyone, but we all know what we want to see, who we want to see Riakporhe against. It's a Cody. He refused to say his name. They even prompted him and said, Cody at a late blah blah. Yeah. He was like, I want them all. So hopefully we'll see that, because I don't want to be harsh. I don't particularly see Riakporhe pulling trees up in the heavyweight division.
He's not.
So
that's a fair thing to say.
Yeah. So as you say, one or two names for me. Obviously, both fighters mainly a Cody. I think you mentioned that you also would like to see him against Adelaide.
Yeah. That's a good fight.
Yeah, nothing else really. It's those two, to be honest. But yeah, the Cody fight needs to happen before one of these two call it a day. Simple. Yeah. They're both at heavyweight now. It almost happened, it fell through. Let's hope that they can rehash that again, and we'll see.
I will say, he's maintained these. He looks good. Compared to Cody.
That's interesting. I noticed that because I know you've been critical about the way Cody's looked at heavyweight. Riakporhe looks the same, basically. He looks
Riakporhe looks. He's not put on flesh as such.
Yes,
he doesn't look too fleshy.
He's still just very muscular.
Cody looks very fleshy. Yeah. In that first, he had two or one?
He's had two.
Both in both fights, he looks fleshy. Yeah. He looks like he's he's just been eating. But yeah, Riakporhe's put on the size. Yeah. And yes, I mean, what's his name? Adam Smith was glazing. Glazing his physique and his looks.
Yeah, he was,
But yeah, that's testament to whatever he's been doing in the gym. So yeah,
he looks good at the weight for sure. He needs to be active. I think he's been inactive for quite a minute, Riakporhe. So stay active and hopefully get that Cody fight over the line. But yeah, let's move on, Flows. I think the next up we saw was Adam Azim. Yeah, Adam Azim was next up, another British hopeful, someone that we rate highly, to be honest. I think we even said after a timer, he's probably the biggest British prospect out there, to be honest. Yeah. Him and I guess another guy in his division that we'll talk about briefly, but he was up against a late replacement. He was meant to be fighting a guy called Zawar Abdullayev, who I've seen before. Abdullayev pulled out due to injury, and we got an American 140-pounder called Scoby, or Scooby, debatable. We don't really know. We still don't know how to say his name, but they were saying Scooby all night. It's spelled Scoby. Azim said it's Scoby. We don't know.
He himself said Scooby.
He himself said Scooby, so boy.
We don't know really.
But this, again, this American guy, I think he's lost once prior. A lot of knockouts on his resume, 18 fights. You look at him, I thought to myself, goodness me, he's a tank. Stacked, muscular, all that kind of stuff. I know in the way, I didn't read too much the weigh-ins and stuff, but he was in his face, and as he was face, talking, Americans can come over and be brash and whatnot. That typical brash American guy. He's coming now to Kendrick Lamar. We see him, enjoying himself, praising Allah in the ring before, as he's been introduced and whatnot. We were thinking, okay, well, you talked a lot of talk. Let's see how you're going to perform against Adam Azim, who is someone that we think is, going to be the real deal. What do you make of Mr. Scooby's performance for us?
Yeah, look, not familiar with him.
Yeah.
He came into the ring and I said, within the first few seconds, we'll know if he's
good.
Here to collect the paycheck or if he means business, if he's going to try and win.
Yeah.
And it looked the first round was we didn't fully find out because the first round he threw one jab. He threw one jab the whole round, and I was like, but he didn't look like I'm here to lay down. His defense was sharp. In that round, his defense was sharp, but he weren't throwing. And that could be a question of Azim's speed, trying to gauge it. So we didn't really see too much. But I was like, okay, I don't think he's here to lay down, but I don't know how good he is at that point. But round two, you can start to see he's not here to lay down. Because he's trying things, and the things he's trying are he's trying different things to try and actually win the fight. We see later on he tries to brawl a bit more, rough him up at Azim, lead him with the heads, throwing shots. He started spamming the left hook. He was really trying to catch Azim. So I was like, you know what? His defense is solid. He was catching Azim actually. We have to give him credit. He was catching Azim. So I was impressed. For someone I don't know, I was impressed, and I think he gave a good account of himself. I don't know. What do you think?
I think obviously these unknown quantities, you don't even know whether they're here for a paycheck, like you said, or they're here to actually try and give a good account of themselves. First round, as you said, he came with that super tight high guard. And I said to myself, boy, because he only threw one, obviously I'm thinking, if you are here to make a name for yourself, you're going to have to come out of that high guard. Because you can't you can't just be defensive all night, and if you want to be land or make a name for yourself, you're going to have to open up. And I said to myself, but it's double-edged sword for you at the same time, because Azim, to me, looks pretty sharp enough. The hand speed was good, the combinations were flowing. So I knew to myself, boy, if you're going to come out of your shell, it's a big risk though, because you will get tagged. But credit to him, every round flows. So he didn't win a round. I don't think he won a round, to be honest. But every single round that we saw, he's come out of his shell more and more and more, become more and more offensive. That first round was almost like a downloaded data frame, almost, kind of, in a way. And he's, as you said, he's tried to be aggressive in portions. He's tried to rough Azim up, different looks to try and get to Azim. So I can't blame a man for trying. And to be honest, he tried. He fell short, and don't think he was the level, obviously, but he at least tried. I can always respect a guy for trying. Strong guy, as you can see, obviously. I think defensively probably better than what people would have thought he was going to be. Because Azim, even though he was tagging him, Azim, I don't think, landed fully clean up until like the last moment, maybe. And that's, I guess, testament to just this guy's defense being a bit savvier than what we thought. I actually like the roughhouse tactics. I like seeing that from fighters who maybe they know that they're outmatched technically, boxing wise they can't do as well. Cool. What other tools can I use to my advantage? He clearly was a strong, bullish guy. Can't really throw him around. Let me do that and try and glean an advantage through roughhouse tactics. Commentary, which all night by the commentary, but the commentary was saying that he's getting frustrated. That's what he's from. That's not frustration, guys. That is a fighter trying to get away with certain things, which he might get away with. Unfortunately, he didn't, because he did get the ducks to the point. In I think round 7 it was, for I think boring him with his head. But that's the right move to go against a guy who's superior to you technically. So I like seeing that flows, but ultimately he fell short. Despite obviously him having a tight guard and whatnot, I would say all night, to get a fight out of a high guard, the body's there for you. Back to it. Azim at first wasn't doing as much body work as I wanted, but he really, I think midway through the fight flows, he really cracked up and started banging into that body, and it was spiteful. I say the uppercut's there for you as well all night, Azim. He started to use the uppercut more. Again, I think Azim was positive. He was doing the right things. I'll ask you a question in terms of what you thought his performance over, were you impressed or not impressed? But I think halfway through the fight flows, Azim sort of knew that this guy, I don't think he's going to cause too much trouble for me on the offensive end. So instead of boxing him like he was before, Azim then started to sit in the pocket with him and try and bully him and walk forward and bang him in the pocket. That's what he started to do and I think that's what helped him eventually get the stoppage in the 12th.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on Azim's performance flows? Were you impressed, or do you feel like against someone like Scoby, the way he fought, he should have been dispatched in quicker than what we saw? Because he ended in the 12th.
Yeah.
In the 12th he ended. He was able to get him out there, but yeah.
With these late replacements, it's always hard to say. You were prepared for someone else, and then you're stuck in there with someone you're not too familiar with. I certainly. So, you can't really take too much of a performance. It's one of those ones, we were saying, can you make a statement against someone you don't know?
Yeah.
Like, is it a statement made?
Yeah.
Not really, because you're expected to win.
Yeah.
So, for me, he done what he needed to do. We've seen a few times now Azim go from the boxing on the outside to later half, stepping forward, fighting on the inside, really trying to get people out of there. So we've seen that play from him a few times, and it seems to work in getting stoppages. What I will say that we've seen is that I've not seen too much from Azim. It's him rolling with shots, because he was getting caught by Scoby. Yeah. And he was doing the Canelo rolling, turning with the heads. And that showed a new element that I've not seen.
He was doing it well, too.
He was doing it well. Yeah. He was rolling with shots. We know he's quick in dodging shots, but seeing that side of his defence, because Scoby was quick. I won't lie. Scoby's shots were quick too. So look, that's something we've seen from him, and we've seen him again change tack where he's not having too much success, because the jab wasn't too successful, I'll be honest, because of Scoby's high guard. We weren't seeing Scoby's head bob back. So him stepping forward, going to the body, breaking Scoby down, and getting him out of there. I can't take too much away from him. I know some people say, don't know Scoby, it's time for you to get him out of here early. But I think he done his thing. So not too much high praise, but I'm not gonna criticise him really.
I suppose I'm agreeing with you. I think he did what he had to do. At the end of the day, he still got the stoppage. It came late, but Scoby, I think, was trickier than what people envisioned and what people saw. In my opinion, I think Scoby was a bit trickier than that. So, like I said, he got the win in a good fashion against an opponent that didn't come to lay down. He moves on, really. That's it. The talent is there. We can see that quite clearly, right? The talent is there. It's just him now, I think, being stepped up in the right levels. We know he has this rivalry with Dalton Smith. It was ordered before, it didn't happen. He seems to really want that fight. Obviously, he's down to promotions and whatnot. Dalton is fighting for a world title in, I think, next year, January, around them time. And he's there calling for the winner. Whether it happens or not, that's down to Benn II, obviously. But I think Azim thinks that he'll be fighting for a world title next year. I think Dalton Smith is slightly above Azim in terms of their where they are right now in their careers. I think he's fought at a higher level for longer. So he just has that bit more experience, that big fight experience. So I'm all for the fight, Flows. I'm just not sure that Azim is ready just yet. But if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to be complaining about it. But I feel like Azim might need one or two more, bit more fine tuning before he jumps into that Dalton Smith fight, I think, personally. But what do you reckon? Are you happy to see that next? If Dalton wins?
I think it should be next.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Because right now they're both on the cusp of world titles, really. I don't think there's need for Azim to step back. I think he might as well start going for the title contenders and the titles. And Dalton Smith is the perfect next step for them. Because if he beats Dalton Smith, then he's a star at that point. And it's the same for Dalton Smith. If Dalton Smith beats Azim, he's the star, the UK star in that division. Yeah. So I think they both need each other in that sense.
It's likely if they fight, they'll be fighting. Well, obviously Dalton's got I think Matthias to obviously for that title. So that's no easy touch, as we know. But if Dalton wins, obviously, then Azim's next. That's a title fight in the UK. So
So look, I don't mind it next. I think they both need each other to kind of prove they're the number one in the UK at least. So I'm happy to see it next. Obviously, it can wait. Maybe they can both grab belts and unify. But I think make it next really.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice win anyways, for Azim. Jack Caterrall flows. Let's move on to him. Jack Caterrall, I think, is making his £147 debut. Is that his debut at 147? No, second, yeah, because it was Eubank before. Yes, okay, cool. Fighting Essuman. Obviously, Essuman, who's riding high off that Josh Taylor win, or retired Josh Taylor, if we're keeping it a buck. Obviously, Caterrall is now, obviously, he's linked up with Boots, and he's now under Bozy Ennis, or Derek, as we found out for the first time last night, but that's his actually real name. We've all known him as Bozy, but yeah. Obviously, I saw loads of pictures of him, videos of him sparring with Boots, so obviously, iron sharpens iron kind of thing. But I was intrigued to see Caterrall under Bozy, what Bozy will bring out of Caterrall, given how we know how Boots fights. And, you know, we said it'll be not an easy fight because SZN is tough fighter. They call him the engine for a reason, he doesn't stop throwing punches. But I think we both expected Caterrall to be the class here to come through this, right? Flores, I thought this was a great fight. I've really enjoyed this fight. Caterrall to me started brilliantly, in my opinion. I thought Caterrall fought brilliant, by the way. I really enjoyed that Caterrall performance. We know Caterrall's an very, very good boxer. Yeah. High level technical boxer. The only critique we've had of Caterrall before is that he's not a killer. And sometimes he waits too much. He's too reliant on being a counter puncher and waiting for the opponent to come onto him. Doesn't like to force the issue when he should do. Caterrall has started from the first round for peppering Essuman, cooking him. To myself, boy, Ekau, levels, bro. We're seeing the levels here. From the second round onwards, he's going for Essuman now. He's actually like going forward, walking him down, and just we know he's got an amazing jab. The left was piecing him up. Essuman's faces, I think, unfortunate clash of heads has unfortunately, I think, basically broken Essuman's nose. Nasty cut above the nose and blood's pouring out. But Caterrall was really taking advantage of that and tagging that nose every single time. And I think we get to, is it the fourth round? Yeah. Where he's dropped Essuman and it's quite heavily dropped him. Yeah. And we're both thinking, this is a wrap. They're going to have to wrap because that fourth round was a beatdown. It was beatdown. I think he was even thinking the corner might even throw the towel in here because he's getting battered. Flores, little did we know that Essuman, we might have known to be fair because we know he's a warrior. Boy, we're there thinking this guy's going to fade now, that's it, it's a wrap for him. Caterrall's going to take him out of the next couple of rounds. It's almost as if, word to Wardley, that sort of knockdown, that cut, woke him up and he activated, bro. Activated. He's the one now who became the aggressor. So walking down Caterrall, just jumping in and just throwing as many punches as he could. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't clean or technical, it was crude as hell, but it was literally aggressive and it was troubling Caterrall because Caterrall was tagging this guy as this guy's jumping in. But how is this guy still becoming the aggressor and pushing Caterrall back and roughhousing him and whatnot? What's it like Sean Porter-esque? Like I thought it was amazing to see for us. Yeah. You know, we thought this guy would be finished and he was there able to get his lick back and then some. You know, he even cut Caterrall with a punch. And that it was troubling Caterrall, as you can see. And I think that pressure started to tire and fatigue Caterrall out. So, man, hats off to Essuman, Flores. He's a warrior. Yeah. Absolute warrior.
Yeah, for sure. Like, we were watching it. Yeah. And early on, I think round two, round three, it wasn't going Essuman's way, but I wasn't concerned. I was just like, look, Essuman's the second half of the fight.
First of all, I want to keep calling Essuman. All through last night, you kept going Essuman.
Essuman, yeah, my bad. Essuman, look, I was just like, he's a second half fighter. Yeah, you did. So for round 6 is where we'll see him activate and really stick it on Caterrall, and that's where Caterrall's going to be tested. Yeah. Now, I didn't anticipate round 4 to go out the way it did. Yeah. Because it was a serious knockdown. Yeah. His nose busted. He was getting peppered. I think if the round was even a bit longer, it could have been stopped. Yeah. I was thinking because he got knocked down, he got up, then Caterrall was going to be on him, or Caterrall was on him, I can't remember. Anyway, he gets back to his corner And I'm thinking, if he keeps going the way the first 4 rounds have gone, his corner he might even come out for this 5th round, or his corner might pull him out in like the 6th or 7th if he keeps going this way. Because his face is getting mashed up. But that just activated him, like you said. He really started to stick on Caterrall, started to make it his fight in a sense, make it into a dog fight almost. Like you said, Caterrall was seeming the one who's tiring in there, and legs couldn't pick up his feet as much, or throw as often as he wanted to.
Look worried.
Yeah, so it looked like Caterrall was having to dig deep, and he couldn't get away from Essuman because Essuman was always in front of him, always onto him. So it seemed like the tide was changing. Even though he was still cracking Essuman in portions, Essuman went back in the way. So it was like, wow. With one eye open, nose bloodied, he kept coming forward. And then I guess there was a bit of controversy in how it stopped. With the half knockdown,
so
knockout.
This is what, was it 11th or 12th? It was late on.
Yeah, I think like.
It was late on, and we've seen essentially, not the first time as well. I think he slipped earlier in the rounds, but that referee would have slipped. But Essuman's come forward, and to me, Flows, he looked like he slipped because he's sort of going down, almost lost his footing, and Caterrall was also hit him with a punch at the same time, or just maybe after. Now the referees, tried to, I think, rule it as a slip. Essuman's jumped up and tried to launch himself at Caterrall again, and he gets tagged and dropped. But obviously the referee is still trying to say the first time was a slip, so but Essuman wasn't really listening. I think he was just trying to, kind of thing. So that's happened now, and then shortly after that's happened, bro, we've seen Caterrall back Essuman up, and he's caught with a shot, and we instantly can see Essuman's hurt this time. And then Caterrall's landed a combination. Not everything's hit, but 1 or 2 shots have hit, and obviously the 1 or 2 shots that landed, or 3 shots, were telling, and it's knocked Essuman through the ropes. And that was all she wrote. That was it. The controversy obviously lies in the fact that this has happened straight after that whole no slip situation with the referee. And I guess they can say that obviously they might say that clearly affected his performance straight after the knockdown because he wasn't the same after that. Maybe. I thought it was a slip, but it was just one of them ones where I think he was over eager. I thought the referee could have been a bit more assertive, Flows, and proper stepped in and be like, but he wasn't really. The referee was kind of just there on the periphery, and he's jumped up and tried to launch himself at Caterrall, and that's when he's been tagged and dropped that first time, but it was part of the knockdown. I think you thought it was actually wasn't. You thought it was a fair.
Yeah, I thought it was a legit knockdown. But I don't think it matters. I don't think that's the controversy, whether it was a knockdown or not. The ref came in and tried to separate them, and they kind of just continued fighting, and the ref kind of just backed away. So the ref's half interference there, but I don't think it affected Essuman, to be honest, because he was the one who caused it all. But him rushing up and trying to get back into it. Because Caterrall didn't throw while he was down or half down.
No.
He was wet. When he got up, that's when Caterrall carried on boxing, and he carried Essuman carried on boxing as well. But it's just Essuman got pieced up and then ultimately got hurt, dropped and stopped. So I think the commentary made a big deal about it. More so than me. I thought it was a legit knockdown, but he got up so quick that
he rushed it. But
like he fell on one knee up. So it was. It
is what it is. Look, shout out to Caterrall, Flows. I really enjoyed the performance. Great fight, and obviously his first fight with Bozy, but I think clearly you can see that Bozy has Caterrall more aggressive. Attempted to be more aggressive, trying to walk his opponents down and try and go for the kill if he can, which I want to see because the good boxer is still there, as you know. They still do good boxing work. Like I said, we know what type of fighter Boots is. Obviously, Caterrall is no Boots, but to have a more aggressive, style, I think is great to see. So I look forward to seeing more of Caterrall under Bozy and see where it takes them. He's good enough to win a world title at 147. You look at the current champions. He's easily good enough to be the champion at 147. So Obviously, he never got the 140 belts he deserved. Let's hope, maybe, that at 147 he can steal something, you know. So it's not a division that's mega strong right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So he can. Yeah, we'll see. Wait, before we get off, go
I remember something. I hope maybe you remember too. We did talk about Hal Foster.
Yeah, I was going to say. Let's
talk about Hal Foster.
Let's quickly go back to. Let's quickly go back to.
Rewind.
Let's quickly rewind to the Adam Azim fight because
Howard Foster.
How it ended with Kurtz, because again, it probably be a talking point because it's Howard Foster. He's in the news a lot recently now. Scoby has been dropped by Azim. Obviously, he's getting peppered. We know Howard Foster's there looking. He now, as he's getting peppered, flows. He goes down and takes a knee voluntarily. Takes a voluntary knee. At this point, we know, like I said, Azim has peppered him, and it's onto him. This is actually probably.
And he's already been dropped.
Yes, he's already been dropped, and he's actually hurt for like. There were times when he got tagged, but he wasn't really hurt. But this is actually the first time in the fight where Azim's really, really hurt him, right? Because we mentioned about Azim hasn't really hurt in this fight until that 12th round.
Yeah.
Cool. He's taking a voluntary knee now, and I said, great decision, Scoby, because you can save some. We've talked before. Fighters should do this more often. Yeah. If they're getting cooked, and the referee's looking like he might jump in, take that voluntary knee, maybe just to waste some time, get your legs back a little bit, then try and see out the round. Because clearly he wants to finish the fight. This is the 12th round.
Yeah.
Like a minute to go. He's taking this voluntary knee now, Flores. Referee obviously mandatory's giving him a mandatory 8 count.
Yeah.
You've said Howard Foster's a type now, this voluntary knee, even if he takes his knee, he's gonna stop it. You said it. Like, as Scooby's gone up now, he's beat the count. Howard Foster's taking a look at him and gone, waved it off. And that's how Azim got the stoppage.
Yeah.
Now, we said that because it's Howard Foster, the streets weren't like this. Yeah. Because he's already, propagating number one a little bit. Actually, we thought in this scenario, it actually was, we weren't mad at Howard Foster doing that because Scoby was getting fried at this point, and Adam Azim, there was about a minute or so left, was going to go and proceed to fry him even more. So at this point, not too mad at it. But we know people might talk.
Yeah, look, I haven't seen any backlash or anything. I haven't preed it, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't either.
As soon as I saw Howard Foster in the ring for this fight, I was like, the knockout's happening. And he's going to be the factor in the knockout. Yeah. Like, there was even portions where I was like, look, if you unload Azim here, Howard Foster will bust you.
Yeah, facts.
And before Scoby took that knee, Howard Foster was ready to jump in.
Looking, he was there.
A second.
We were. Scoby even did this. He did Foster. Don't forget
the round before.
Round before.
Oh,
no, it was that same round. Yeah. He was getting fried.
No, it was the round before.
It was the round before.
Yeah, it was the round before.
Okay, cool.
He went back to his corner.
He was getting fried anyways.
Yeah.
Half Foster's right there.
Yeah.
Right here. We see Scoby go back up. He knew it was coming.
Yeah, that's true. But this knockdown now, or this knee that Scoby takes. Look, Hal Foster was about to jump in and he was getting peppered. It was perfect point to take a knee because
perfect. I applauded it for it.
Yeah, it was either another shot or Hal Foster jumping in that was going to do him. He takes the knee, he's smiling, he gets up, fists go up.
Yeah, straight away. Yeah,
fists go up there. But Hal Foster continues looking and decides to wave off. Yeah. And I said, I told you, what did I say?
Yeah, he said Hal Foster. Yeah.
Like he's not gonna let it run. This was the 12th round. Yeah. I think maybe there was like a minute left. I don't think it was
5 minutes, yeah.
So I anticipate Azim was gonna jump on him. And I'm not too mad at it because again it's an undercard fight, he's a late replacement, there's not too much weight on this one. Yeah. And he's losing nearly every round, basically every round. So not overly mad, and it's not going to get the huge attention it will. Yeah. But it's just how Foster's nature.
It's nature for real, man.
It's just his nature.
Yeah.
To bust the home fighter, stoppage whenever he can. Yeah. And I've said this before, almost robbed them of the stoppage. Yeah. It's robbing them of the stoppage they could get. Yeah. But I'm not too mad at it because again, undercard fight. Yeah. Late replacement. Scoby's getting peppered, a minute left. Yeah. But if someone beats the count and they should have ready, then it's
Yeah.
It's harsh. It's harsh on them.
And he wasn't. Yes, he was getting peppered, but I don't think he was too. The warning light wasn't on too tough. You know what I mean? He was still stable, I think. So, yeah. Funny though, as you said, because it's Hal Foster. We knew it was coming, as you said.
Yeah.
Flows. Main event time. I said last week, Flows, that I didn't think this second fight would be as good as the first fight. Only because I felt that for one side, they had maybe figured out, and because they shared 12 rounds with them, they can go into this fight, anticipating what the other fighter's going to do, and it'd be easier for them because they've gone through it already. And Flows, I was half right. It did play out like that, but just not on the side we thought it was going to go on.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, Flows, preamble obviously. So, obviously this preamble the preamble would probably just been as, or maybe even more exciting than the first fight.
Yeah. Antics.
Less antics. Yeah.
Both of them on top form.
Top form. I caught you lovely as you've been saying all week. And obviously it was the same stipulation as last time in terms of the weight and the rehydration clause. And we weigh in now, we actually see that Eubank Jr. not only did he make weight, and he implied that it was a much better weight cut than last time. We'll talk about it later, but he was actually lighter than Conor Benn.
Yeah.
Which was very surprising. But cool. Fight's on, no issues with the weight from what we could tell. Let's see. Conor Benn, ring walks, let's talk about the ring walks because obviously Conor Benn did his usual Reggie or not and whatever he did. Cool, nice.
The drums were cold.
The drums were cool, very, very cold, yeah, cool. But then Chris Eubank Jr.'s ring walk started, Flows. And cool, many men start playing, Flows, obviously, and I'm just expecting like it's gonna be some mashup or some remix or something. And then the camera pans to Eubank Jr. walking out, and next to him I see 50 Cent.
Yeah.
It's just gas, wow. Just wow. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think this is one of the best boxing ring walks ever. I don't even care.
It's up there.
It's
definitely
like,
up there.
bro,
it's cold.
Gassed. As we said we don't think there's a better rapper to walk you out for your ring than 50 Cent. Like, and he's playing the tunes, bro. Many Men, Wankster.
Last time we saw it was
Whoop Your Head.
I'm sure.
Floyd
walked out.
Eubank, I don't know how you pulled it off. Hats off to you. That was the best part of your night. But hats off to you, bro. Gassed. Like, they got a free 50 Cent concert. He's playing the bangers. He's playing the box.
Seniors there as well.
Dancing, bro. That it was cold. It was cold.
Yeah.
Absolutely cold. What a moment, man. Good to see. Yeah.
It's mad because all week I've been saying I'll be thinking I want Conor Benn to win because it'll be funnier.
Right.
It'll be funny. I'll be slightly rooting. I said,
right. Yeah.
I slightly want Conor Benn to win because that would be the funnier outcome.
Yeah.
But in that moment, after that ring walk, I was like, nah, this is cold.
Bro.
Eubank again has to win. That stipulation's increased for me. But also, now I want him to win because that ring walk.
I literally said, he actually can't lose now. You can't be walked out by 50 Cent and lose this fight.
Yeah.
Especially those songs as well, to gas you up. Nah. Fair play, Eubank.
Mouthing the words as well.
I said, Eubank, bring it home. That's cold.
Added pressure, but now kind of rooting for you to win now because of that added pressure. And because you've given us this great walkout.
Well, this whole thing was like, even like in the ring when they did that mini face-off, this is before their touch gloves, by the way, was WWE-esque. Yeah. Cool. It's stage been set, let's get it cracking. Like I said, I'm not thinking it's going to be good, but I still expecting a good fight, a good competitive scrap between the two guys, Flows. How wrong were we? Like I said, the best part of the event tonight was the ring walk. Because what then transpired in the ring, Flows, I didn't see coming at all. I don't think anyone saw it coming. Eubank has lost his fight. No qualms about that. It's just more the manner that we saw him lose. I think all week that Conor Benn in his camp was saying that they've made adjustments and you're going to see a different Conor Benn. A Conor Benn that can show off his boxing skills. He's not going to be wild and rash. And I'm there thinking, you probably start that, but I know you, Conor, you're going to revert to type. Yeah. I've seen you do that before. You box a little bit and then you've just gone whatever. But Yeah, I expected Eubank to again use his superior boxing skills, his superior size, etc., to time Conor Benn and eventually get Benn all rough and ragged, which will actually make it even easier for him. But even from round one, Flows, even though as a round I gave to Eubank, he seemed a bit tentative in there. I felt like a bit tense. But again, I'm not thinking much about it because he kind of started like that in the first fight.
Yeah.
The first fight, Benn had the early going, and then Eubank got into it as the fight progressed. But Flows, it's I'm seeing it happen. I think as the fight's gone on and gone round by round, Eubank, even though he's landing some good shots and landing, it's just I feel like there's something missing. Flows. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? I feel like there's something missing from him. The spike wasn't there, the steam wasn't there on the punches and whatnot. And Conor Benn, credit to him, is sticking by his boxing. He's doing a lot of feints. It's like he learned how to feint overnight, and he's get in and out, try to pick his shots well, not get too wild and ragged. They're all portions where he could heat up, but very, very small, quick flashpoint, and then it was back to Conor Benn sort of pressing the action and forcing Eubank on the back foot, and Eubank just not looking authoritative in there. The jab wasn't really coming off Chris. Like I said, he didn't really seem to want to be going after Conor Benn. He's allowing Benn to come onto him. Now, in the earlier rounds, Flows, the commentary, again, I wasn't happy with the commentary all night, to be honest. The commentary in the earlier rounds were talking as if Benn was put on a masterclass. And I disagree. They were giving, 4 or 5 rounds in a row to Benn. I didn't have it that wide initially. I actually gave 1 or 2 rounds to Eubank in the early goings. But obviously, as the fight has progressed, it's become more and more clear and apparent to me that Benn is really controlling the fight. Not only is he winning the story, but visually, he's onto Eubank and he's really pressing action here. And Eubank isn't doing much. So, yeah, Flows, I think to me, Eubank looked drained. He looked tired. He didn't look like his former, like his usual self, like especially from Eubank from what, 7 months ago the first fight was? Yeah. Something like that. April, I think it was, yeah. He didn't look like his usual self. And he was just doing a lot of weird things. He was walking weird. He was punching weird. There was no power on his punches, no steam on his punches, no torque behind them. It looked like a very, very off Chris Eubank Jr. on the night anyways. What were your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, it's weird. Look, first and foremost, let's say, Chris Eubank, time to retire. Let's start there.
Start with that.
Let's start there.
Yeah, fair enough. You lost.
Yeah, you lost.
To welterweight,
losing to not just any welterweight or Conor Benn. And it's not even a shade. It's just a clear indication it's time to retire. Because in no world should you lose to Conor Benn if you're a serious 160-pounder with any aspirations in that division.
Yep.
There's no way you can have aspirations and lose.
Yeah.
And now the manner you lost, it's even not in you anymore. Because, look, first 3 rounds were close-ish in my eyes.
Yeah.
I think maybe 1 round was split. I gave Eubank one of them rounds and Ben had one quite clearly in those first 3 rounds. And there were moments where, I was still excited. I was standing up because they were tussling and wrestling and having to be broken up and punching when the refs say break. Yeah. Things like that. So you can tell that the beef and spite is still there. But I was comparing Chris Eubank to Joy Joyce in there, in his movement, in his sluggishness, in the way he's throwing shots with no torque, almost just winging it.
Weird.
Yeah, Wilder, Joe Joyce-esque almost, just winging shots with no technique. And I'm just looking at him like, wow. And look, there are days where you can't, the commentary was saying, you're just not feeling it. You can't pick up the feet. Your body's not doing what it needs to do. Yeah. You're not feeling it. You can't get into the mind. No matter what the motivation is, your body's just not doing what it needs to do.
Yeah, it's not responding.
Yes, it's just not responding. His feet weren't responding. It just looked off. And I was critical of the commentary so early on, but it was continuing. His performance was getting worse. Worse as the fight went on. And it's like, him digging deep in the last fight, we saw just the output wasn't there.
Yeah.
So while you obviously predicted that it's not going to be a barnstorm, but again, it's down to Eubank. Just Eubank not rising to the occasion. Simple as that, because it could have been if Eubank turned up.
Facts.
If Eubank turned up, it could have been a cracker, because again, there were still moments where they engaged and it was funny and they were talking to each other and they were wrestling.
Yeah.
But in terms of boxing, Eubank just didn't show up, which is again, which just tells me again it's time to retire. Like we talked about. Maybe having twins.
My boy messaged me beforehand saying how, he's just announced his father on Twitter. I guarantee his head's not going to be the same. He's not going to be in it. You know, when that becomes your focus, maybe. So that could be one reason as to why it was off night. To me, Flows, I just think he looked drained. I think the weight cut, I don't think it went right, or how they did it. I don't know, but I think that. Yeah, the weight cut wasn't good, essentially. And he looks like someone that was... actually, a lot of ex-fighters, I don't know if you saw the tweets of like Shakur and Oscar and a lot of people, they were all saying that he looks very weight drained. He looks assured of his former self in there. Shakur said he's a zombie in there right now because he's had to... Making the weight, if it's a tricky weight, again, it's still... I'm not too sure because this is the weight he's been fighting at for a while now.
Yeah.
But he... Obviously, he's having, if it is a difficult weight for him to make now, because we know, obviously, as boxers get older, it gets harder for them to make weight. And if it is difficult for him to do it twice in 7 months, or whatever the period is, it's going to take a lot out of him. Especially when the first fight was such a grueling one for him.
Yeah.
That he hospital for dehydration, all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, maybe that's why. He definitely looked weakened in there, Flores. Weakened in there.
Yeah.
And there was just no juice. Nothing come.
Yeah, look, I always say you're the one who took this fight.
Yeah.
Chris.
There's no excuses. You agreed to every stipulation.
Yeah.
You're happy, so yeah.
You agreed to it. Look, even when you, because there was a period where he moved up to 168.
Yes.
And then he went away for a bit, and he came
back down.
Came down to 160 to fight Liam Williams and all them. Liam Williams, Liam Smith, all of them. He came back down to 160. I was like, why have you done that?
I know why.
Yeah. So he's been competing at 160 for like the last 5 years. 4 years or so. But look, I've never had to make weight. I've never had to do a drastic weight cut. So, and yeah, we've seen fighters eventually the weight cuts start to play a factor.
Yeah.
And with this, there was a rehydration clause, I believe, as well. So that obviously adds to it.
You couldn't rehydrate up to a certain amount there. Yeah.
So that definitely adds to it. But at the same time, you made this decision. Like this was all your decision. You made all these decisions for the bread.
Yeah.
You didn't do it for titles. You done it for bread, because you could have. You're fighting a smaller man as well, so it's even look. This is all on you, Chris. You're not getting any sympathy from me because
that's true.
You're making the bag out of it. You agreed to this, so there's no they made me do this. No, you wanted to do this.
Yeah.
You wanted to do this. You took this route. You came down to 160. You made yourself a 160-pound fighter. You agreed to all the stipulations. You agreed to the rehydration clause. It's all on you then. It's no one else to blame. So, if you couldn't do it, especially now you've had the taster of last time.
Yeah. And it's meant to be easier, as you said. I fully thought that, okay, we kind of saw this last time, he'll pick up and get stronger and whatever, and second half he'll figure it out. Just didn't come. As you said, it got worse and worse. Energy looked more and more depleted. He became a bit more and more desperate, but nothing was landing. There's literally, and even when he landed against Conor Benn, there was nothing. Tippy-tappy punches. There was no steam behind it. So I said to myself, yeah, man, this is a landslide almost. Conor Benn's not going to be hurt by this guy. And as you saw in the 12th round, Conor Benn was able to actually hurt him properly, drop him twice. First time, obviously, he's gotten up. Second time, second time he get dropped, face planted the floor, bounced up straight away, and let's keep it back flows. He got saved by the belt.
Yeah.
The belt. Luckily, there was 10 seconds left. Conor Benn would have finished that man there and then if there was a minute left. 100%. He was gone.
Yeah.
He was gone. So credit to Conor Benn. Well, Conor Benn in a second. I think, Flows, I do agree with your statement in terms of Chris Eubank should retire. And my reason is simple, listeners. You've lost to a guy 2 weight classes below you. A guy who's not even elite at 147.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I think Ben can be a champion at 147. I think he can beat a Barry or Sora, Rolly Romero. But that division is not strong, as you said earlier. It's not the strongest right now. You know, you've lost to a guy, let's be real, Flows, who boxing-wise is beneath you or should be beneath you in terms of levels. Yeah. A rookie compared to you. You fought in higher level fights. You fought higher level fighters than Conor Benn. As you saw in the first fight, you was able to outbox him. You know, you should, like I said, it's night and day in terms of skill wise, and that's no knock to Ben at all. Yeah. I tell you, I've been cool with Conor Benn. I like one, but you've lost to this guy who isn't even elite in his weight class. Where do you go from here, Flows?
Yeah,
because at once, that's what I'm saying. For him, the reason why he should retire. Let's look at 116, 168, the landscape. If you can't beat Conor Benn, or you're going life and death for Conor Benn, you have no business talking to anyone at 160. Yeah. That division is boring, by the way. We know it's a boring ass division. It's not great either. But we look at the champion in that weight class. There's nothing there for him. He can't beat the champions. He can't. Let's go to 168. We know he can't beat Bud or any of the other guys up there. Like he's food for them. Yeah. So then, okay, cool. Money fights then. There's only one money fight around these 2 divisions. It's Canelo, and you know he's not even close to sniffing the Canelo bag. Yeah. Bud's the money fight, but we know that's not going to happen. Who else is there for him? Charlo or whatever. Well, those guys kill him.
The other name really is Billy Joe Saunders, and
we don't want to see that.
That's an exhibition. I'm not putting that pro fight.
We don't want to see that. Billy Joe hasn't fought for 5-6 years.
Yeah, Billy Joe's a heavyweight.
And that too. So, bro, there's nowhere left. There's nothing, like I said, there's no title fights which I think he can win. It's winnable. There's no money fights left for him that I think is realistic. So, in my opinion, Flows, there's nowhere for you to turn to. You've just earned a lovely £10 million payday. Yeah, look. Twice. Sail off the sunset, man. It's calm. No shame in that. Call it a day.
The performance, the only way he's losing to Conor Benn is a bad performance like that. Yeah. Really. And he just, look, people get old. People get
He's 36.
Yeah. Look, we've seen Golovkin's performance dip. We've seen Josh Taylor's performance dip. Yep. Chris Eubank's performance has dipped to the level where he can't perform. Can't perform at a high level. Yeah. So look, it's time to retire, and that's fair. Even the first fight, it brings me back to that where we started to question Conor Benn's chin. Yeah. We gave him his chin stripes. Yeah. Maybe it's just because
Eubank has
You said we're not going to call Eubank pillow fisted, but now we've seen him twice where he's not been able to hurt Ben
properly. Yeah.
Not really catch Ben and not hurt him. Yeah. Maybe it's the weight drain. Maybe it's the weight cut. Maybe it's finally playing a factor.
Question to you, Flores. Do you think, obviously, a lot of people are giving serious praise to Conor Benn's performance from a boxing perspective? You know what we're used to seeing with Ben? Rash, wild, aggressive, but no sort of thought, just swings first. Yeah. This time you actually saw a more calculated Ben, who wasn't quick to, start swinging his, his fists in a haymaker fashion. Yeah. In and out. It was a lot more disciplined, which he said it was going to be from a boxing perspective. For that, is that for you due credit to Ben, or more the fact that Chris Eubank allowed that to happen?
I've got to give credit to Ben at the same time. Okay. At the same time, we'll give credit to Ben. Can't take nothing away from him. He prepared, his performance improved. Disciplined performance, the jab was good.
Yeah, really good actually.
The way he was throwing it from was good. He was out jabbing.
He was in and out stuff as well, the feinting.
Wasn't getting overly greedy, overly rash. I said in the build-up that look, he seems to have clocked on and decided to match, not be as rattled as previously and kept his focus. I know getting smacked with the egg last time. Yeah. So he was hot-headed, but this time he seemed more composed. He seemed like to play along with it, and he stepped into the ring with that same energy. Yeah. Fair play to him. You got to give him his props for that.
First.
And he gets my props. I can't take nothing away from him.
You're going down to welterweight now. Obviously, they've both clearly said that that's it, no trilogy. Yeah. I don't want to say trilogy personally either. Happy with 2 fights. Let Ben go and continue his career. Do you, you know, he's called out all the champs. He's called out all the names of what he wants. I think he can, but I mean, if you've got, like I said, the current champions, guy from Northern Ireland called Crockett, I didn't even know he became a champion. Obviously, Roy Romero, Brian Norman Jr., who's fighting Devin Haney, as we know, and Mario Barrios. He can beat a Barrios. He can beat a Roy Romero. I haven't seen Crockett before, so I don't even know, but he probably, the way they're calling his name, he's probably food. But yeah, he can have a decent career at welterweight, especially with this current crop of welterweights, I would say. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously, I know you have your theory that you feel like he's gonna fight Pacquiao next or something like that. But I like to see Ben now progress on at 147. Let's see now if he can take some of this momentum and stay, because he's been calling these names out for years and it's never happened. Let's see it happen now in the flesh. I feel like.
Yeah, I think he needs to move quick because there's certain names he said, there's certain names he didn't say. He said Ryan Garcia, he said Rolly.
Yep. He said Mario Barrios.
He said Devin as well. Fair enough. I don't believe him. But he said Devin.
Yeah.
He didn't say Boots, he didn't say Virgil.
Flores, look.
Oh yeah, 154. Lucky. I'm still on team.
He said Boots one time. And the thing is, he never mentioned Boots' name again.
That's why he's happy to move back to 147. Lucky boy. That's why. She's out here. My bad. I've been sticking on to you. He said Boots' name one time. I was like, set up. But cool.
Never again.
Yeah. That's why he's willing to move down to 147. Okay. But even look, I think I don't know. It's unlikely him v Jack Caterrall. Unlikely. But that's a good fight. We'll see his boxing skills there. But so I don't know. Because Jack Caterrall's in line for titles. Ben believes he's in line for titles. There's other names there. I think he wants a mix of either Easy, a Rolly, a Barrios.
He's very keen on Barrios. He's very, very keen on Barrios. And we know why. Yeah. The thing is, I saw one tweet, Ray Jackson, I think it was. He said, wow, all the waterways must think Barrios is food. The way they keep his name out in there.
That Pacquiao performance has killed Barrios.
Every single guy is called out Barrios right now. It's so funny to me.
That Pacquiao stinker for Barrios. Yeah.
Everyone thinks, you are my route to a title. Even the head of a Rooney, who we don't even rate. But Barrios is getting it worse. Yeah.
So, Barrios, or look, I think the Pacquiao fight is still bred for him. I think Colin Benn's name is...
He's a good... Look, bro, he's elevated. Yeah. Off that first one especially. He's known in America now. You see him ringside in America. Like, even the American lot of chocolate rolling, all them and chocolate up with him as well. So Ryan Garcia, I think,
chocolate. He's back and forth with Shakur.
Yeah.
He'd be feeling him. So, his name's out there. So you can get the big fights. You can nab a title.
Yeah.
So look, his career moves on. Even if he lost, his career moves on. Yeah. That's the thing. Chris Eubank don't have that luxury. Back to 147, maybe 154, Ben. You're 160 pounder now.
This guy wants to push the Bruce fight so badly. My lord.
Why don't you look at 154, Ben?
My lord.
That's another division.
Well, it's you are diabolical, man. Anyways.
I didn't put words in his mouth. He's the one who pulled out beats. I'd love to see that one.
Bro, he was just reading the names of champions. He said, "Oh, Boots this one. Let me say his name."
He said next. He said if he can't get the Eubank, he wants Boots. And I said you're lying.
Call this bluff. Claim it.
Let's mix it up.
Man.
So regardless, 154 is right there for you, Ben. You made 160 very easily. Yeah.
Let's see him do his 147 stuff first, and then we'll see. But well done, Conor Ben. Let's move on now with this rivalry. Put it to bed. Damn, Eubank let the team down, boy. He let the band, because the band's never beaten Eubank before. Eubank Jr. let the team down. Boy, you got that, boy. You got that. Flows. All this talk, and we haven't even gotten to next week. We've got a ridiculous card next week, Flows. I think one of the best cards of the year.
Yeah.
This is the card that's being headlined by, I guess, Anthony Yard and David Benavidez. I think they're the headlines.
Yes.
Flores, I'll read this out. This is a phenomenal card. We have on this card Bam Rodriguez versus Fernando Daniel Martinez for a unification.
I forgot that was on it.
We got Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. for Brian Norman Jr. WBO welterweight. We've also got Abdullah Mason, a young buck, up against UK's own Sam Noakes for one of the titles as well at 135 pounds. And then finally we have, the main event, which is David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard. For David Benavidez I think he's got the WBC, the light heavyweight title, one of them anyways. Quickly go through the card flows. We'll start with Abdullah Mason against Sam Noakes. How familiar you are with Sam Noakes?
Is that a title fight?
Yeah, it's for one of the vacant belts.
Who did Sam Noakes fight recently? What was his last fight?
Let me see.
I'm sure. So what's saying about boxing?
Patrick Balaz, but he's also fought Wayne Rouge, Yvonne Mendy, Louis Sylvester.
Alright, yeah, I'm sure I've seen him.
He's undefeated. I didn't know he was undefeated. But we've seen him before. Definitely seen him before. And we definitely know him.
Walsh fight, maybe.
Yeah. 17 wins, 15 by KO, carries power, but obviously the resume isn't as strong. But again, Abdullah Mason himself is technically he's a contender, but he's a young buck as well. Obviously we know we're very high on Abdullah Mason. Yeah. No disrespect to Sam. I can't look past Abdullah Mason winning. I think that we've agreed that it's the truth. Yeah. Abdullah's the truth. But I hope Mr. Noakes puts out a good attempt.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, man. It's for a vacant title. Yeah. The belt's 135. The chance to announce yourself. Why not, right? Trying to think. Last time we saw. 19 fights, 17 wins by KO.
Sorry,
he's fought 3 times this year. This is his full fight this year.
Keyshawn's card.
Yeah. Nakatalia. Yeah. Got him out of there.
But look, we've seen Abdullah touch the canvas.
Yes, one time against that guy. Is it Vasquez? Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen him go through adversity, so yes, it's possible. There's always a chance for Sam Noakes. Yeah, Abdullah's the truth. So
definitely looks like the truth. So good luck to both fighters, but I think we both expect Abdullah Mason to come through that. Let's talk about Bam Rodriguez versus Fernando Martinez. Bam's got 2 of the belts at super flyweight, and Martinez has got 1 of them. So this is a unification. I don't know too much about Martinez flows. He's also undefeated, 18 wins, 9 by KO. I think he's from Argentina, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's Argentinian. Let me see how long he's had the belt for. Had it for a while, actually. He's had it looks like he's had it for a minute. He beat the Japanese guy twice, Ioka, both times in Japan to win it, and he would beat him again rematch. He's beaten Ancajas twice. I've seen him before. I think he's a Filipino fighter.
Hand it over to Bam.
I was trying to give a decent build up.
Hand it over to Bam. Well done, Bam.
We can't look past Bam on this one, bro. Yeah, you're right, man. It's just
the lyrical we racked about Dollar.
Yeah.
Bam's another level. Bam's there.
Yeah.
Top 5, top pound for pound.
Yes, facts.
He's that elite, proven.
Yeah.
No one's touching him.
Yeah, Bam is gonna. I mean, his performance against Cafu recently was brilliant.
Every performance.
Yeah, true.
Every performance is A+. Every performance.
Yeah, it should be Bam's night comfortably. But again, same with the hope Martinez gives a good account. But Argentinian fighters always come to fight as well. He's in that.
Bring your very best. It's
not enough.
Yeah, bring your best. Make a good fight. You'll get stops.
Cool. All right, Flows. Let's talk about the last 2 fights that are of interest to us. But Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney. This fight, I think, has got a lot of tongue wagging, Flows.
Yeah.
And I'm super intrigued about this fight because a lot of comments, obviously Devin Haney gets a lot of hate. And a lot of comments are saying how, Devin Haney's going to get knocked out, Norman Jr.'s going to do him dirty, this, that. And I love a prove everyone wrong kind of guy. And I think on this occasion, for us, in my opinion, Devin Haney is going to prove lots of people wrong. Now, this is a small caveat. It depends on, I think, what version of Haney turns up. We haven't been shy to give Haney's props in this pod. We're big fans of Haney. Which is what he's done, what he's achieved so far in his young career. He's only 25. how he's acquitted himself in his career, and his boxing skills. I think Haney's a very super high level boxer. Show that he can box in different ways, can mix it up, sit in the pocket. Not the most powerful, but if he wants to be, he can be very difficult to hit and can outbox you. But if he wants to be physical with you, he can do that as well. Obviously, since the Ryan Garcia thing, his stock is kind of in the gutter. And we saw his comeback fight against Jose Ramirez, and it was an absolute stinker. One of the worst performances we've seen in the ring. The memes was special. I can't lie for those. Horrible, scared performance. Didn't want to engage, blah, blah. If Haney, and I hope to see a Haney that's more confident again flows, I really think that we could see a similar performance to what we saw against Regis Prograis, against Brian Norman Jr. And I'm saying it's just purely good levels.
Yeah.
Brian Norman Jr. is good. Don't get me wrong, he's good, athletic, he's fast, he's strong. 28 wins. I think he's got like 20 or so knockouts. So he can really throw them hands. He's got one knockout of the year contender already, as against the Japanese guy. But it's levels, Flores. I think Haney has been at such a much higher level than Mr. Norman Jr. And I like to think that on Saturday that's going to show, if you ask me. So yeah, man, a lot of people are rooting against Haney. I think he could show people again that boy, I'm one of the best in this team. And you can see why.
Yeah, Haney's one for me. I don't see why people give Haney so much critique and stick and expect him to lose. They done it with Kambosos. They said, Kambosos is this.
If you notice, folks, I think just quickly before you finish, he's been hated from the Lomachenko fight because they believe Loma was robbed.
Yeah, but before then with Kambosos, but Kambosos was before Loma, though. Yeah, Kambosos fight was before Loma.
Was it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it might have been, yeah.
Because that's where he moved up after the Loma fight.
You're right.
Yeah, Kambosos. Yeah. So
okay.
before then, they were saying, he could lose to Kambosos and that.
Yeah.
He's been hating from where he fought. What's his name? The guy who was stopping all the British dudes and Canelo and Lomachenko treating him.
What, Linares?
They was they were criticising him for being cracked by Linares.
Yes.
Saying he's overrated.
Right. Yeah.
For taking a big shot. He didn't get dropped.
Yeah.
They've been on to Haney for a long time, and maybe it's the antics and whatnot. People have never really rocked with him. Yeah. So I always expect the same fight. Look, even the fact that he lost to someone who was found doing pens. Look, the whole thing in his system in Ryan Garcia, the whole thing in his system. Yeah. And then we saw the performance without the pens from Ryan Garcia. Yeah. And it's night and day. Haney still getting cooked for losing to someone on pens. Yeah. Like his treatment is different. Right. I don't know why, but whatever. He's gonna treat Brian Norman Jr. I don't care if he's fighting scared. I don't care if he's fighting confident. He's winning.
And for you, is it just making levels as well?
Yeah, just levels. He's just a better boxer. But Brian Norman Jr. has power. Maybe
he's dangerous. Very dangerous. Yeah.
We've seen Haney get dropped. We've seen him get cracked.
Yeah.
It's possible. But I just think the skills pay the bills. I think Haney beats him. And I think he fights kind of scared, to be honest.
Oh, you think it's a repeat of the Ramirez performance?
Hopefully it's not as bad. But again, he treated Ramirez. He could have stopped Ramirez, I felt, if he wanted to stick on him.
It was bad, though.
But
it was horrible to see.
He was doing all that. But yeah, look. Haney knows how to win a boxing fight. Yeah. If he needs to. Yeah. So that's... If he needs to fight scared, he will do that and win 12 rounds. Yeah. If he wants to treat Brian, I think he can do that too. Right. If he wants to, but yeah, it depends how much risk he wants to take. Because again, Brian Norman Jr. is dangerous. So
I think he will look to basically until he feels the power of Norman Jr. Yeah. That's when we'll see him go into. But up until then, he'll probably try box him. Yeah. Up until the point where he might get cracked for, boy, I ain't trying to do that again. Yeah. Nope. Maybe just be horrible and just make a disgusting, horrible fight to watch. But ultimately, I think Haney's gonna win this, and this will be his another weight class. What is this? Third weight class he's going for in terms of belt, maybe I think, or something like that. Yeah, maybe along those lines. But yeah, but But yeah, I hopefully I want to see a Reach performance because I want to see everyone eat their words because they've been talking smack on his name. And I think Haney, as I said, I've been quick to give him his praise. Basically just because from what I see. So yeah, hopefully we see that. Let's talk about the main event then first. I think it's the main event anyways. Yeah, but Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. But I think this is a great fight on paper. Cracking fight on paper. I think it's gonna be exciting. Both guys are offensive juggernauts, to say the least, I guess. Both come forward fighters, not afraid to throw their hands. Obviously, we know David Benavidez is the favourite, and deservedly so. Yeah. It's still a very dangerous fight for him, for us. Yep. Anthony Yarde is dangerous. Obviously, we know very well what Anthony Yarde can bring. Crazy power, very, very athletic, super athletic even. And someone who raises his game in these big fights. We saw him give Kovalev issues. We saw him give Petrov issues. He can be his own worst enemy. I think Flows in this matchmaking. Look, we've spoken at left by Anthony Yarde. Yeah. And I guess the critique of his career so far, it's the same thing, same old story. Flows. He goes from fighting subpar opposition to the best in the blink of an eye. Yep. And it's continued here, to be honest. Well, not as bad, but yeah. I think the last one was Arthur, right?
Yeah, but before the end, it was
so wash, random guys, random Eastern Europeans. Flows, yeah. I side with Benavidez in this fight, and it's because of just work rate and engine. Yeah. We know Benavidez is a fighter that gets stronger and stronger as the rounds progress, and his engine is awesome, to be honest. And he tends to beat guys off just engine and activity alone, to be honest, Flows. Yeah. We also know that he's huge. He's a weight bully. Even at light heavyweight, he's bigger than everyone. And he uses that size and speed to his advantage, and the combination and the energy. And unfortunately, Yarde is someone who we've seen many times, Flows, unfortunately, fall off. Late to in the second half of the fight. Yeah. His engine, his tack isn't as strong as others, and I doubt we're going to see anything different per se, Flows. I'd be very surprised if we do. I think Yarde is extremely dangerous in the opening goings, but the more the fight goes on, I think his tank becomes emptier quicker than his opponents. Also, Benavidez, actually, a lot of people don't, I think they give him credit. He's a better boxer than people realise, Yeah. I think defensive anyways. I've said it a few times.
He's got a lot better.
He's a lot, obviously, early Benavidez, I know he was critical and, but if you watch his most recent fights, he's a lot harder to hit clean than most people realise. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a cracking fight, Flows, and Yarde is a very good defensive fighter. Both guys we know can get hit. Yeah. Both guys we know can get trouble, go down, or etc. But I just think that energy that Benavidez will continue to really bring from round 1 to 112, the activity, I think will overwhelm Yarde in the end and be a bit too much for him. Yeah. But I want Yarde to win. I really do.
I want to start with that. I really want Yarde to win this one. It's his third crack-out world title.
Yes.
And unlike his contemporary or his rival,
yeah.
One thing about Yarde, he steps up.
He
steps up, he takes on all comers, he takes on challenges. Like you say, someone who can go from fighting farmers to world title challenges. Guys, where do you go to? Where do you fight?
Kovalev. Yeah, he went to Kovalev's back after.
Yeah. Flew over there, bad conditions. Beterbiev had no right really taking that one. Took on, gave us a great fight.
What a fight.
But yeah, look, I don't know. I just expect it to be a great fight. They'll win machine for machine, gunshot for gunshot. I expect someone to get stopped. I think that's a given almost.
Yeah.
I think they will leave it all on the line. It's not going 12 rounds in that sense.
100%. Yeah.
But like you say, Yarde might empty the tank at one point, and if he doesn't get it from emptying the tank, he's gone. He's gone.
But Benavidez's activity is crazy for us. He's really we saw it overwhelm Boo Plant completely overwhelmed him. He keeps going and gets more and more. We know he's an amazing offensive fighter, but since adding, I guess, a bit more defensive know-how and acumen to his game, he's become dangerous, man. Very dangerous, especially with his really brings his size.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
And Yard doesn't have the same output as
No.
Benavidez.
Yeah.
Does try to be cute in there sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I expect a great fight. I really hope Yard wins.
Yeah.
I really do.
But what's your head saying?
Well, I think it's hard to look past Benavidez.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not saying Yard doesn't have a chance. But yeah, look.
Yeah.
It's tough
No.
to say.
Oh, Yard 100% has a chance. That I will say. 100% has a chance.
Yeah.
He hits like a flipping train. Like, so, 100% has a chance. And Benavidez, as I said, Gavril put him down.
Yeah.
If Yard cracks him, boy. So, yeah, man, we'll see. But I do think it should be a cracking fight. Yard's always in, especially these big fights, Yard's always been cracking big fights, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see. Credit to Benavidez for taking this on. It's a dangerous opponent for him. I think his first defense, it might be, or maybe second, but yeah.
Yeah.
Dangerous opponent for him. But yeah, we'll see.
Could have a fight of the year.
Potentially, yeah, potentially.
Could very well be.
Potentially. But overall for us, what a card, man.
Yeah.
What a card. I'll be tuning for this from the first fight to the last. Give me a cracking card. Shout out to Riyadh Season, obviously.
His Excellency.
His Excellency, always got to shout him out. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see some new champions, I think. We could see some new champions. We could see, some repeats, but we'll see. Flows, I think we can call it a day there. It's a big one for you guys. This is episode 274 of SZN Podcast. Once again, I'm your boy Cam.
I'm your boy Flows.
And as always, guys, you know where to find us on the streaming platforms. Peace.
You take it a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.